Hey guys, so in today's video I'll be showing you guys what I've been doing to train my aim every day in Season 10, and overall this is what helped me learn how to aim in the first place on keyboard and mouse. I've made multiple videos in the past explaining why aim is obviously one of the most important things about Fortnite, just due to the fact that it is a shooter and having good aim is going to be very important, and also to the fact that in Fortnite there is also the aspect of building, so you don't get many shots off before someone just throws down some walls and starts building like crazy, so making sure you do hit your shots is always going to be a key factor in your gameplay. I started learning how to aim and basically just use keyboard and mouse about 2 to 3 months ago, so aim has been one of those things that I've really struggled with the most because it's like learning a whole new different thing with the mouse. Sure, it's a lot easier and you have a lot more range of motion, but it is still something that you have to train and get good at. So personally, what I've been doing, I've been looking at the pros such as Tfue and a lot of controller players to see what they were doing, and it always came down to this one aim map made by Donwozis. If you guys don't know Donwozis, he is the person that makes the aim maps for Tfue, Atlantis Lecce, Faceway, and the list goes on. They all seem to use his maps, and he came out with a new one just recently.
Give me that creative code, Sway.
Did I already tell you about it? The map?
Oh,
I didn't? So this is how I want, alright? I just...
Donwozis makes the coolest maps just due to the fact that they are Kovaaks inspired but involve Fortnite mechanics. Kovaaks is very good for learning how to aim to begin with, but the issue is it doesn't use player models and bloom that Fortnite has. So Fortnite has way different shooting mechanics and the character models are just completely different. And with Donwozis' new aim map, this is made for console players. Each different aiming scenario has a part where you enable the targets and disable the targets when you're done. This way, when you load in, there's not a bunch of memory running from zombies and stuff, so this allows for a lot better FPS just overall, and for console players, you guys can actually use this to train your aim. Now, the actual code for the course will be down in the description below if you guys do want to check out this new aim app that I'll be showing off in this video, but first, to start, let's start with one of the most important things, AR aim. With AR aim, when I come in, the main thing I'm going to be going to and working on is going to be my tracking in this section over here. And the one that I think is most effective and the one that's probably just the best for anyone looking to improve their overall aim would be the alt ranges along strafe here. I just use it with the blue AR. And I'll show you guys when we get in. There are different difficulties, so it is pretty cool. So it should be to the left here. Yeah, so you have easy, medium, and hard. So all the courses are going to have this option, which just makes it that much cooler of an aim map. And then just to show you guys what I was talking about, after you click one, so let's do medium for the AR one. And then once they actually start coming out here, all you have to do is simply stop it for the frames, because obviously your frames are going to react, to simply hit or shoot at disable scenario. I think this is the best because it's not only training your horizontal, just your left and right tracking, but the zombies do have a little bit of bounce and move upwards, and this isn't very easy to do at all. I'm doing this live while trying to actually do the commentary, and it's pretty difficult, especially if you do the medium or hard. So this is a definite good way just to work out your AR aim and get it warmed up for the day. I personally am doing this for at least 10 minutes or so, and like I said, this is the overall thing about training your aim. You don't need to be doing this for hours at a time. Just do like 10-15 minutes a day, and you should be able to see results and improvement over time. Now, the other one I like to do in here when I'm trying to practice my AR would be the short strafe Xabi tracking. It's a pretty similar setup. Let's do easy for this one, and you guys will see here. This one's the same gist of it, where it is horizontal, but it's the same thing where they're kind of bouncing a little bit, so works out your AR aim and just overall medium distance. And if you want to back it up and go for the harder ones, there are different levels you can use as well. I like this a lot though, guys, just because the fact that it has bloom, like I was mentioning, and these are going to be a lot more realistic targets than if you were on PC and wanted to do Kovaaks, where it's mainly just going to be tiles. Next up, we have everybody's favorite shotgun aim. When you get in the map though, what I like to do to warm my shotgun aim is he has an actual dedicated flick shots one. And by the way guys, go check out Donwozis, I forgot to mention that already. This whole map was made by him and it's insane. So this is actually one of my favorite things to do. It's the forward moving zombie flick shots. And you guys will see here just how good this is for your shotgun aim. So hit the start button and then you got a bunch of zombies that you got to react to and flick on. So if anyone on mouse specifically, this is going to be really hard to do on controller. You need to try this out to warm up your shotgun aim. This is probably the most reactive flick shot thing that I've ever used. I played Kovaaks, like I said, Tile Frenzy 180, and this is by far the best. I like to use a combat on this one just because there are just 3 different zombies that are sent out. So if you did a pump, it'd be kind of hard to switch onto it. But I guess what you could do would be maybe shoot with your combat like this and swap to an SMG and spray. But doing a combat alone, this is really going to work out your shotgun aim. He also has a backwards moving one for you guys to check out if you want it to come the other way. But the other one that I like to do when I'm just warming up my aim is the stationary flick one. This one's pretty cool. Almost ran off right there. So what you do is you center your shotgun, aim your crosshair around the middle here with this, and then you got all these targets on the left and the right to flick to. So flick up to one, or basically just aim up to one. Doesn't have to be a flick per se, and then recenter your target just like this. Next up would be close range spraying, or basically just your SMG aim. This part is actually in the tracking section itself. It's the close range short strafe. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Let's do easy. This one's actually really hard. If you try to do medium or hard, I always struggle to do this. So what you do is have this zombie, he's getting bounced on these bounce pads, and then you hop on these and you'll get iced out. Make sure you get some momentum though to get a little better of a strafe, kind of like this. And then I like to aim in and spray. It makes it really hard. You have to take some wide angles on your aim, but feel free just to hip fire as well. This is going to be pretty difficult though, and I think this is probably some of the best you can get due to the fact that not only is the zombie moving, but you're moving as well. So if you can hit shots on the ice while bouncing back and forth, it's going to be a lot easier to hit them in game when you're just standing still. And then after that, this is also in the tracking section as well. It's called a 360 close range. I'm going to be honest, this is probably the hardest overall course on the map. At least for anybody on a mouse though, because it's really easy to run out of mouse space, but this is a great workout. This legit will get your arm hurting, so I'm already out of mouse space. You guys can't see it. I should have the hand cam on, but this is super difficult. I like this because it makes you not only square up your body, but you're going to have to hip fire for a lot of these, so this is really good practice for not only just squaring up the shot, but spraying, hip fire, and making sure you're being accurate with it. This next part is actually one of my favorites overall. It is in the map. It's in the tracking section as well, and this is going to be the zombie glider tracking. And then this one, there actually isn't any like difficulties for it, just enable and disable. This is really, really cool though. I've only seen a couple people do this. I saw Tito do it in his aim map, and then I did it in my little aim warm-up map myself, but I basically just formatted off of Tito, so it wasn't very original, but he did a pretty good job here of just having like a infinite one here. You see they keep going up and keep going down. So this is a great way to practice hitting moving targets in the sky. Like I said, it's for gliding, and you saw in my little clip there. This is the only way to really practice this besides doing it in game. Maybe Team Rumble would be a good way to practice it, but this is hands down going to be the best practice you can get for trying to take enemies out of the sky while tracking them. And then a part of the map I didn't even include so far, because it would take forever to go through this entire map, would be just Tile Frenzy. And if you guys don't know what that is, I'll just do it briefly. Basically just a bunch of targets here. It's a good way to practice flicks and just getting your good aim with like infantries and AKs mainly. Since you're not spraying, it's just taking one shot and taking the target out. This is really good. I don't do this as much. I prefer to practice my tracking, but this can definitely help for anybody that's new as well, trying just to learn how to. Now, the only other thing I'm going to include in here, you guys should obviously go in and check this out yourself, but he does have a combat course, which is pretty cool. It's like a nice little mix, a hybrid here. So in this one, you're going to do a floor wall ramp and then shoot the target. So I haven't done this, but I'd imagine something like this. Yeah. So this is cool as well. I haven't even gone all the way through on this, but feel free to go check this out. I didn't even realize this was in here, to be honest. I've always been focused on the tracking and stuff. But yeah, all cool as well, do some 90s. So yeah, you guys see it. This is an overall just a great way to train your aim. I like how he has it included with the building here. So make sure to check this out. This is made by Donwozis. Best aim map maker in the game, hands down. The reason I wanted to include him, and I always make sure to include him as a map, is because he hit me up on Twitter. He followed me, and I saw his aim maps, and he actually got featured in that highlight video I showed you guys earlier with Tfue and Sway. His map was showed off, and it got like 400,000 views, but they called it FaZe Sway's map. He never really got credit for it, so make sure to go show him some love, please, down below. He said he doesn't want all the attention. I was just talking to him, but make sure to go show him some love. He deserves it. Use his code. Don't use my code. Use his code, and make sure to check out the code for the map as well. That's all for me, guys. Go do this if you guys are looking to get your aim better. This is how I practice mine. See you guys in the next one. Peace.